Hey guys, it's Justin Alina here.
Hi
It's
guys.
been a while since we've done a proper Q&A, so we thought we're gonna share with you some of our updates in our life and answer any questions that you might have.
Yes, so now we are currently in Russia, in Sochi, and the reason for that is because we get a puppy. If you didn't watch the previous vlog, you can watch after this video. And we are sitting nearby beach. Today is really nice weather, very warm. So we're ready to answer your questions. We already prepared a list of the questions. So
Yeah.
let's start.
Yeah, so we've got until sunset time to finish this Q&A.
Okay.
Have you ever felt tired of traveling, or do you always feel amazing to travel? I think to some extent, of course, traveling itself is an amazing experience, but when you do it almost every day, sometimes it does get tiring, especially because last year we went to a lot of countries, I think over 10 countries, and almost maybe every week we had to move apartments. So like in the process of packing, unpacking, packing, unpacking like that, it was definitely a little bit tiring moving apartments non-stop. But for me personally, I feel like I still have this excitement for traveling, but probably a more slower paced style of traveling.
The last year when we've been in Latin America, I really felt a little bit burnout. Yeah, so that's why I really asked Justin to, can we have a dog? Because it was my dream. And that feeling makes me feel like maybe I should stop traveling, actually just like have a house, have a dog and live like a normal life. But since we already thought it's not that hard to travel with dog and we get this puppy and now we're traveling together, I'm completely fine. Like I have full energy to explore around countries. This year, 2026, we're gonna spend more time in Asia. I'm really enjoying this lifestyle a lot.
I think also another thing I just suddenly remember is that when we're in the other side of the world, all our family and friends are mostly in Asia or in Australia, as in my case, or in Hong Kong. At some time, it was quite lonely, even though we've got each other. But yeah, to some moments, I do miss, seeing my friends, just chatting with someone. Yeah, I miss that feeling. So yeah, at some point, we did get tired of traveling. How do you feel after traveling to the other side of the world? One of the countries that left a big remark for me was Cuba, because some of you might have seen our video in Cuba, and we went to this really problematic situation. Like after publishing that video, we got a lot of different comments, and some comments are very positive and supportive, while there are others that I felt like was quite aggressive. I realized that different sides of the world have different opinions or approach to handling this. For example, like in my culture in Asia, if we ever get into conflict, we never fight each other. Like the first thing we do is we can argue as much as you want. I don't know, in general, we brought up not to punch each other first to solve problems, rather we talk to each other first. Whoever punched first usually is wrong and goes to jail.
It's literally like Asian thing.
Yeah, but I know that maybe in other parts of the world, like Europe or maybe the other side, North
Or in
America,
Russia.
people solve problem by punching each other first, and then after that, see how it goes, and no consequences sometimes. In that situation, I saw a lot of messages saying like, wow, what a man, like what a, weak man, you don't punch the other guy. So I was like, this is not something that I thought I would do, like ever. In a way, it made me realize like how different side of the world is culture-wise. Because if I've never been to that side of the world, I never learned hard lessons like this, or like even be careful that not every country is as safe as in Asia in general.
I think last year been pretty like a really life school that make us stronger, make us don't trust everyone, be aware of some small things. Not every country is that friendly as you think. We just realize how Asia is nice. No, we don't saying that Latin America is not nice, but just there is don't have some things,
Different culture, yeah.
Yeah, don't have some things that have in Asia. Yeah, but it was great experience. There is a lot of beautiful places if you go like just for traveling.
I think also another thing is I didn't appreciate how safe in general Asia was to us.
I always told you.
Yeah, I never realized this because I always told Alina, I think before last year, I always told Alina that I really wanted to go to the other side of the world, especially South America, to see how different it is, the culture, how exciting is Machu Picchu and all that. Which still, the views, the landscape, the places we went, amazing. But it's just that from the safety perspective, when we went there, some cities, it's not that there's nothing to do, but at night it does get more dangerous. So you don't really want to be out that late at night, whereas in Asia sometimes you can be really late and then just hang out with your friends like just daytime,
Yeah, in Latin America you're always like you're walking and you're like, who's behind?
Yeah.
Who's behind? And it's not only us, it's also local people doing that.
I just can't wrap my head around that people are saying like they get used to getting robbed, and then they just like you just have to be careful, just have to be street smart. But like it's so different, Yeah, I think overall last year was a good lesson, and it achieved my dream of seeing the other side of the world, which I take up a lot of things to be proud of, like Machu Picchu, Patagonia. It's some of my dream destinations I've always want to go.
And achieve my dream. Because if we don't go to Latin America, Justin will be crying and like saying like, oh, I really want to go there. We cannot have dog until we travel all around the world. After that we travel there, he's like, okay, other countries can go with dog technically.
I think after seeing so many countries on that side, I think I want our travels to slow down a little bit. But we're still going to travel, but it's just like, a slower pace. Not like country hopping every week, Is there any place in the world where we really feel like, okay, I want to live here?
For me, that was actually last year in Latin America. It was Colombia. Yeah, I really love it. Like whole countries Latin America, I love Colombia so much. So when we've been in Bogota and Medellin, I feel so comfy to live there. We actually stayed there for like 1 month and we feel the life inside. It's not like we're going there for like 3 days or 1 week, but we really live there.
More than 1 month.
More than 1 month, yeah.
Yeah.
So I really love Colombia. And if choosing some place to live, I think it will be Colombia, Bali, and then Vietnam.
Wow, I didn't expect that. A South American country made into the list of your top countries.
Yeah.
I feel like I still haven't found a country that I wouldn't live in yet.
But have you ever feel that feeling inside some country that you really wanna, not like live, but maybe for a while, like for 6 months, 1 year?
If I'm being honest, my hometown,
Hong Kong?
Hong Kong. I think recently went back to Hong Kong and I was just eating my way the whole city. It was just so satisfying. My view, don't talk about the cost. Like, the accommodation especially is the most expensive. I think that's the biggest problem for us at the moment. But otherwise, like, you can really live comfortably in Hong Kong in a way. I personally feel like...
If you have apartment there.
If you have apartment. But last time, like, we stayed at my father's place, rent-free. So, yeah, that solved the problem. But number 2, I think would be... I really like Vietnam, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were going to say Thailand.
I really like Nha Trang. Last time when we went to Nha Trang for the first time, I thought it was such an amazing place. We get to ride scooters around the coastline, and then there are really affordable apartments, even condos overlooking the sea. In general, food-wise, it's also very affordable as well. Also has a lot of digital nomads, a lot of coffee places. And also, in Vietnam, the coffee is pretty good in general. So I think that's a number 2 for me. And number 3 country would probably be...
Enough.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think, those 2. I feel like each country for me still has its plus or minus. It's not like really one-sided where people sometimes like, oh wow, there's a perfect country. I don't think there's any perfect country in the world.
We just want to live everywhere, little bit like this.
Yeah. I also feel like me and Alina are the kind of person that if we stay in one place for too long, we get bored fast.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say like, the places that we mentioned just now, we're going to stay there for like a long time, but it's got the kind of place that we'll probably stay there for like maximum 6 months maybe, or 1 year. And then after we'll probably have to move a little bit. Have you ever felt tired of each other because we live 24/7 together?
You start.
Oh, I'm so tired of Alina.
Hey.
No, of course not. You'll be surprised. Like a lot of people, my friends especially, they were like, wow, you guys traveled together for 3 full years and you live together 24/7. Like, how are you not tired of each other? Especially like for my friends, right? They just like, they don't even live together. They already, think like meeting with partners is too much sometimes. But for us, I think it's a bit of a different story. When we travel, we always have something new to talk about, the things that we see. And yeah, just somehow, Alina and I just never really have a bored moment, I would say. We always have a lot of things to talk about. Yeah, and I feel like because also, our personality just match a lot. So I don't think that in this 3 years there was a single moment where we feel tired of each other.
Yeah, and if we want to spend some separate time, like for example, we have an apartment, so we just go to 2 different rooms, or we just sit in 2 different tables, or in general we just whole day working. So there is asking some question and again like working busy. So yeah, I think we have a lot of topics to talk and we never feel bored.
A lot of people always say like a healthy relationship means you have to create some space between each other sometimes. Have some healthy me time. I think for us, like Alina said, sometimes like we work separately, even though we work on the same table, but like we just kind of in our own
world.
Yeah. So that's kind of like a separation. And then after that, we could always go for a walk, and that's like connection time. I don't feel bored of you yet.
Hey, me too. But also this year we plan to spend more time with friends, so we're gonna go to separate trips from each other. So to have this kind of like a miss each other feeling.
I think that's actually important. Even though last year we spent a lot of time together, and yes, there were some moments. Okay, there were some moments when we felt like we missed family or friends, but we're not bored of each other. We didn't say like we need some space between each other, but like there were moments we really missed friends. So I think this year already, maybe Alina said she wanted to go on a girl trip, or maybe she meet some Maltipoo owners and then like hang out together with dog mums. For me, I also want to go back home a little bit and also see some of my friends, maybe go travel with my friends a little bit. Who usually decides where to go and what to film?
Him. That's it, I'm done.
I usually plan where to go to travel, especially last year when we were in South America. I was just like, hitting off all my bucket lists. I was like, gotta go to, like in order. I was just looking at Google Maps every day. I was like, like which country I really want to go next? It's kind of like filling in the blanks, on a world map.
And I just leave everything to him because I don't like planning. I'm like, whatever, let's go tomorrow somewhere else. Like I'm so easygoing. I can go to anywhere. Like for example, he'll offer tomorrow me to go to another country. I'll say, okay, let's go.
Anywhere except hiking.
Yeah.
I personally love hiking. I love doing all the outdoor stuff. So yeah, sometimes I accidentally plan some hiking trips inside our itinerary. And
Yes.
Alina will be like, why don't tell
Telling me before one day we go to hike to the volcano. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, it's okay. And after that, we're hiking for 4 hours with heavy backpack, 8 kg, and I'm dying there.
It's good memory, right? It's good memory. Oh yeah, and if you guys have any questions about like planning or what kind of gears we use as well, just feel free to ask us. We always answer you.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah,
Not
anything.
only about gear, like anything.
Yes.
Any relationship, YouTube, everything related, just ask below and we will do in the next Q&A.
At the time when we filmed this Q&A, we actually missed one of the most frequently asked questions, which is what kind of gears do we use to film all our travel videos? So most of our videos are actually filmed on our iPhones. I'm a strong believer that you don't really need a heavy, big camera like most famous YouTube bloggers. You can actually start with something that you already use every single day, which is your smartphone. So because of that, we use gears that are made specifically for mobile vlogging, like this Joby Podzilla Octo Suction Tripod. So to mount this, you just snap it right at the back of your phone because it's magnetic, so it's super easy and fast to set up. And it's so lightweight and tiny that it's enough for you to throw into your backpack or a pocket, which makes filming on the go so much easier. He also has his really flexible legs with the suction feature, kind of like an octopus, And we've been sticking this at random windows, railings, pretty much anywhere where we need a quick shot but don't want to pull out a heavy tripod. You can see it also rotates 360, which makes it very easy for you to change angles instead of resetting your shot every single time. The most important thing about gear for us is something that has to be fast and very convenient to use. So if you guys also want to start creating content or just want a small tripod for everyday use, we'll leave the link in the description so you guys can check it out when you have time. Now let's get back to the Q&A. Financially, do you have enough money to live this kind of style, or do you have stress sometimes?
This is really a sensitive topic. I can't say we earn that much to feel completely comfortable, but I think we have enough to travel. We're always trying to save money. We're always trying to, for example, book accommodation. Our budget is like around 30 to 35 US dollar, which is really low compared to that 40, 50 bucks you can already find like better accommodation. But we're trying to save because in the daytime we also need to buy food.
I also want to add something.
Yeah.
Like you might compare to your personal travel, like a 7-day travel trip that maybe you spend like $100 to $200 per night or hotel. You think like, why the budget is so low? Because like when you're traveling full time versus when you're traveling short time for a short vacation, it's very different,
Yeah.
All the accommodation cost adds up over the year. Whereas the rest of the year for normal people who work 9 to 5, right? They would probably work at home and they don't pay for accommodation. So like we have to stretch out our budget. And
Yeah, but we're paying 365 days per year, so
Yeah.
that's why we need to like
we
hide
can't
everything.
pay $100 per night, otherwise we'll go broke.
Yeah.
100%.
So yeah, also food. Every day we're going eat out because sometimes we're renting accommodation where it's not good kitchen, or for example, don't have enough kitchen utilities.
Yeah. Ooh, you know this word. Oh my God.
Yeah, am I right? Also because we have a goal, we want to buy apartment for maybe in some Asia countries to rent out and get passive income. So that's why we're also saving money. So I think we have enough now to like, can't say like super comfortable, but okay to
Yeah.
travel and also saving. Also, YouTube, it's that thing that is not always consistent. Sometimes 1 month we can earn 2,000 US dollars, sometimes we can earn 4,000 US dollars, sometimes we can earn 6,000 US dollars. It depends. It depends how many views, it depends how many sponsors do we have. Yeah, so that's why you can never predict. You go to one country, you have high views. You go to another country, you have low views. Maybe we want to also think about our content, and maybe we want to also a little bit change of our style, because we tired of this like big spike and go down the views. We want a more consistent, more loyal audience that like you're also gonna watch us and whatever we're doing. We will talk about this more later. It's an interesting topic at the end of this Q&A. Yeah, so that's why thank you for watching our integrations inside our video. We really appreciate that.
Yeah. And of course, like you guys watching our videos also helps us find more opportunities like this. Also, sorry if we sometimes integrate too many integrations.
But we're always trying to choose only that company that we really trust 100%. We never want to sell or promote some bullshit, you know? We're always like choosing that things we're really personally using.
Yeah, or like we find it very useful for traveling because I'm the one who manages all the emails usually, and sometimes we see some companies like, you know, gambling company, casino company, or like crypto related, we will say no because we don't trust them. And I think this year we've got a new expense of course because we've got him. So probably there will be additional costs also when it comes to flying, because not every airline accepts pets. So last year or like the years before, we always book budget airlines, like the cheapest tickets we can find.
And many transit in different countries.
Yeah,
but now mostly we like need to direct flight to a country. We cannot do many transit because he's gonna suffer so much.
And good thing is because he will always come to the cabin with us. It's not like in a cargo separately, which helps a little, but still, you know, the flight cost is going to be higher than last year. But I think we've taken that into account before getting him. So I think we're doing good.
Yeah, I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Because he gives us so much happiness, so much everyday happiness.
Is there a moment where you regret choosing this kind of lifestyle?
I don't think so. I don't think so because I really like our lifestyle. I really like our freedom that we can, you know, wake up anytime we want. We don't need to wake up 6 a.m. in the morning, feel so sleepy and go work in the office. I'm sorry if you work that, but I just can't. I'm that kind of person who appreciates sleep. And I tried before work in the office, but it was really tough. So if you work, guys, I respect you a lot. Yeah.
You're just lazy.
No,
it's not true, actually.
I love sleeping. My sleeping for me is so important. I need to sleep 8 hours per day. Yes, and also I like that we have free schedule so we can plan our work time per day. And if like in the middle of work I feel really sleepy or tired, I can go down and buy coffee, and it's real, like feels really nice that our day is so flexible. So I really love our lifestyle, and I don't think I want to change. I don't think I want to go to work like in some basic job. Basic, I can say basic, they will hate me. No, basic.
A regular job.
Yeah, I can't go to work like a regular job. I like to be in front of camera, and I like to travel, and I like to just like this kind of lifestyle. It's amazing. Say it's amazing, right? Everyone who are telling you, they're saying like it's amazing. And I feel like, yes, it was my dream before. I dream about this a lot before meeting Justin in Bali. I literally dream about working online at least. I took my laptop, I bring to cafe, I put there, and I don't have job, but I'm pretending I'm working. So that's why it was my dream, and that we're now in this stage. Maybe, yes, we don't have that crazy amounts of money that we can comfort traveling every country, but still it's better than before.
I actually want to take back what I said just now, saying like it's lazy, but we're actually not lazy at all. Honestly, I feel like usual people, right? You work 9 to 5, and after you go home, you don't really have to think about it anymore. But for us, I would say we work from
every day. We're working every day.
Maybe like 9 to 9. Yeah, so we work actually very long hours, sometimes even longer than 9 to 5 people.
What we're doing?
So personally, like we, of course, like editing, we have to film, and also emails is another thing. So like all these things really adds up time.
Yeah, for example, editing, for me, editing one video, it usually takes 7 to 14 days, which I've been really tired last few times. And then now we actually found an editor. We want to take a little bit more free time so we can do some other stuff related to content creation, because it's been really frustrated for me to just sit whole day, edit non-stop, and after that we need to go and film. And I want to film content with more energy, not when I'm tired because I'm editing 1 week.
Have I ever regret this kind of lifestyle? My answer is going to be contradict to Alina a little bit, just because I did regret at some point, but I'll explain why. From the good side first, because I really enjoy this kind of lifestyle. Like Alina said, the freedom to travel, the freedom to go everywhere and explore new countries. So like, throughout my childhood, I did all my studies. I always had a dream to become a very successful investment banker. I went to do an internship and I realized that I hated it a lot. Like I would drink so much water just to go to the toilet to avoid doing it.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, because like I don't know, I just felt so, don't know, it was completely different to what I expected. Yeah, in mind. I thought I'm just gonna, work a normal 9-to-5 job, facing spreadsheets, and then after that, I will earn a good salary. But I just couldn't fit into that corporate style. So that's why I began traveling a lot in 2022.
Can I say, it feels like freedom is cost much more than just like being successful and earn a lot of money, but you don't have freedom.
I think doing what you like. Like
Yeah.
some people really love doing, a finance job. They're really good at numbers. But yeah, I really appreciate the fact that I can be my own boss in a way. I'm not working with someone else and I can wake up anytime I want. But at the same time, I also have to manage my own discipline because if I don't do the work, no one's gonna do the work, So we have to really push ourselves throughout this 3 years because we travel to so many countries. Sometimes I feel like the rhythm of our life becomes a little bit repetitive. Even though the sceneries or the culture is different in every country, in a way, it feels like kind of like muscle memory already. Like we arrive in a country, we go explore, we try this food, film the video, and after that, during the day, we come back home and edit for maybe 7 days straight, and after that, we again go to another country. So it's like a rhythm, but between countries, And in a way, it's a little bit tiring. And
You probably never expect that traveling can be tiring.
yeah, because behind the scenes, you don't really see how much work that is put into every video. A lot of people might say oh, you guys are not doing a real job. You guys are just, having fun out there. Like why are you deserving money, But we actually work a lot to have this kind of lifestyle.
So that's why we actually thought a lot about this and we want to change our filming style a little bit. We want to be more personal. We want to film more lifestyle of vlogs, which I love it so much. I always want to do that, but we always worry that maybe it's not interesting for people to see our life. But we want to try. And if you're watching now this video and they just tell us in the comments, how do you feel about this? What do you think? If you're gonna watch our video, if we're just filming our daily life, daily travel, we're still gonna keep traveling, but just want to film more everything,
Feel more easy,
More easy, yeah, without too hard editing, without exploring places that much. Of course, we're gonna show places too, but we wanna show more our experience. Don't be a guide.
I think this is the thing that I miss. So that's why we really want to film something more personal when it comes to travel content. It's just to document our travel experience without having to go into too deep into the facts and details. So I think going forward, that's the style that we want to try to lean towards, more casual, more friendly, and more personal to you guys as well. So yeah, I think.
So let us know, what do you think?
Yeah.
I'm also worried because our audience, maybe they, you guys, used to watching this kind of fast-paced content of destinations. But yeah, I think it's a time to change something because you cannot always do something and after you a little bit burn out and keep doing it. It's like you don't have energy to do that anymore.
Should do something that we love now. Yeah, I love filming you too.
Yeah, at least we want to try. If it doesn't work, then maybe we'll come back to destination style, guide style.
Yeah,
but we'll try.
We never know until we try it. What do you worry about the most now? At this stage, like we said, financially, we're okay. We're doing okay. But I've always want to, because we have other expenses and also we want to buy apartments for investment or passive income so that we can have less reliance on YouTube and less pressure in general to create more personal content. So I think there's always financial pressure that I want to earn more, of course. Yeah, sometimes it also means that am I saying the right things in a video? Is the intro strong enough? And it makes me have to repeat a few times of what I say, which sometimes is not natural. And I also feel I'm constantly just worrying about something that is not important. So
what's not important?
Don't know, for example, I don't know, just even small things like what I'm gonna eat for dinner,
Why are you worried about what you're gonna eat for dinner?
I don't know, I'm always hungry. And also for example, how are we gonna go travel? Which country we're gonna go this year? How we're gonna do planning? Whether the itinerary that I planned for this country, whether it's enough or not. Is the title of our video strong enough? Is the thumbnail good enough? Just a lot of things that I constantly am worrying.
I think this is what we need to change. I don't think other creators they are much worried about their titles or from now on, etc. I think they just putting whatever they like and then give them result. I think we recently worried too much. That's why we're watching a lot of like other vloggers, and it's really messed up us. So we kind of trying to like, oh, this one doing like this, so let's do like this too. And we maybe lost our own style, our own uniqueness, but now we want to be completely ourselves.
Also, in a way, it helps me to kind of clarify the direction that we want to go.
I'm not worried about nothing. I'm worried about him now.
Yes.
Because he has separation anxiety and he cannot stay alone. And we need to travel, and I don't know how we're gonna leave him alone in a hotel or in an apartment Airbnb, because today we leave, he like screamed crazy.
Like a wolf.
For 10 minutes he cannot stay alone at home at all. So we're trying to figure out now this slowly, step by step, training him. Everything I'm worried about now is him, because other things, Justin is covering everything. Thank you.
Maltipoo is a kind of companion that are very dependable. It's not like a husky or
I had
dogs.
dog before when I was young, and that dog, he's like, oh, whatever, like leave me alone and like don't care about me. I don't mind.
He wants you to leave him alone.
He even walk alone. Like I just open door, he run like into a city after come back. He's so independent. This is so different.
Yeah.
It's okay. Mama here, mama here.
By the way, he's a mama boy.
He's a mama boy.
Another mental health issue is that Cookie doesn't care about me at all.
No, he care, but just different way. He like to play with him, like a papa games, you know.
He likes to sit on me.
True.
How does our normal daily life looks like?
Usually, because we're used to filming and traveling and like exploring, so of course normal days, if we're not working and if we're not filming, we're just resting. We just want to lie down whole day and don't do nothing and just watch some TV show and just like, you know, relax, don't think about nothing, don't think about work. Now we're also going to walk a lot with him and training. Every day starts now from cleaning his eyes, brushing his hair, and I love it so much because before,
He does everything.
because before when I wake up, I remember I just take my phone and I start searching reels, like watching other reels, other people's life, and it make me feel even more stressful because I'm like, oh, why are the people like living so good life, you know, like this.
Her whole reel is just Maltipoo. Yeah, like she gets so stressed about like, why aren't we getting a Maltipoo already? Why isn't he here? So
But now we have him and I don't worry about reels anymore. I'm not watching Instagram anymore. I'm just creating reels for him. Yeah, we also create a new Instagram for Cookie. It will be here, link if you want to subscribe. Yeah, I guess normal days now, it's like a chill moments when we're spending time together, dressing, going to park, going to shopping mall, walking around, just like a basic things.
yeah, it's really nice not to spend our whole energy on computer screens and phone.
Yeah.
Rather than like spend time together, three of us, I think.
Now my legs are stuck. Oh no, spiky feeling.
Question number 10, future plans. Yeah, so you'll see us traveling with a dog in most of our future episodes.
Yeah, also we want to touch this kind of style of content, traveling with dog, because we saw on YouTube there is not a lot of people traveling with dog, I think because it's really hard. And maybe people think it's hard, but it's actually not that hard. So they already booked tickets to our next country, which is going to be Uzbekistan. And we booked tickets for him. And it actually was really easy. We just bought on a website.
Yeah, more about that in the next episode when we fly with him.
Yeah. Next, we'll go to Uzbekistan, and after that, we'll plan to go to Thailand because there is so many places that we haven't explored yet.
And one big thing, this is like another dream of Alina and I, is to get a camper van.
In China.
Yes, in China. I think it's an interesting place because China is such a big country and there are so many different provinces, so many different cities, and so many different ethnic minority groups as well. So like very different culture every place you go. So I think driving around a camper van, the three of us now traveling with a dog, I think it's a really cool YouTube idea in general. And I think it's gonna be very memorable.
And also I think because in China the camper vans is really amazing. They're like really good. And last time we lived in camper van in Australia and we really love that experience like so much. We feel that happy in that moments because there is no internet. You're just driving, every day you wake up, you open your window and you're in a different place, a different location. It's so damn beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why we miss that. And we want to try this in a different country. I don't know if it's going to be China or somewhere else.
I think also because like China has a lot of pet things in general. Like, you know, what's it called? Taobao? No. Is Taobao?
Taobao?
Yeah. Taobao, you know, you can order infinite amount of things for pets.
Anything.
They've got clothes, like toys, accessories, everything. So it's kind of like a dog paradise there as well. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a really exciting adventure. So like even just thinking about it now, it makes me very excited. And also,
You're always excited when you think about future.
yeah.
Justin always can like, oh, let's do this, let's do that, let's go to these places.
Yeah, I still have this fire inside me that I really love traveling, but maybe the style of traveling, the pacing of traveling is gonna change a little bit.
We want to show more behind the scenes, more life, more raw style. Yeah, less cutting, less editing.
Yeah, I realize people like raw style. I don't know if you guys agree as well. Comment below.
It's because people like or because you want.
I think these days, a lot of people like to see raw, real moments.
But do you like to do this style or you like because people like? Because for me, this kind of style is not because of people like, it's because I want to do that.
Yeah, I think I want to do that too. Sometimes I feel like people make mistakes. You know, like having sometimes like so heavily edited, I can say, yeah, let's see how it goes. And then one more thing is that we really want to go to Europe. It's like a new continent for us that we never really have gone to together. I personally went to Europe many years ago when I was a kid.
I've never been.
Because obviously the current visa situation for Russian citizens going to Europe is nearly impossible.
But not impossible, nothing is impossible. So we will do that, but later. Now we really miss Asia, so we're gonna come back.
Yeah, so if Alina gets visa to go to Europe, then we'll probably do some country hopping over there as well.
Yeah.
And because Europe is very pet friendly, everywhere I think, from what I heard, you can bring the pets pretty much everywhere, like restaurants,
Yeah, that's
airport.
why I really wanna go there.
Yeah, so that's it for this Q&A. I hope you stay until the end and still watching right now. I think we want to try to be more personal going forward and also do more of this Q&A more regularly. So yeah, if you guys have any questions at all, like seriously any questions, we are very open-minded and we could answer anything.
Yeah, and let us know if you like this kind of style of content, Q&A. So we will try to do more because last few years, I think we did last time maybe
Okay, ages ago.
3-4 years ago, yeah. So that's why I think it's need to do more often.
But it's nice to talk to someone and just like, you know, feels like
Do you feel better at
conversation.
least?
Yeah, I feel better after talking out all
I
my
can see.
worries and it feels nicer to talk to someone.
Okay.
It's really strange, like, because like all these people around us will probably think like, how do people get so excited talking to a camera?
I think it's a time to go home and thank you guys for watching this mini episode Q&A and see you guys next time in the next vlog, in a more lifestyle vlog.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Thank you for watching.